and it might be one of my favorite Chainsaw Man songs. What's up, friends? Today we're checking out the ending to Chainsaw Man episode 12. The song is called Fight Song, and it's by Eve. We'll be looking at the song from the perspective of a producer and songwriter, so expect a lot of pauses to go over specific elements of the song and to talk about what I like. Eve, of course, also did the opening to Jujutsu Kaisen. They're just this great rock band. I saw their Netflix special, Adam Before Eve, and it was good. It was cool. Kind of a weird, artsy vibe to it for sure. Excited to see what they got. Like the mix of rhythm and lead technique with that primary guitar. Like, you know, you have these high notes coming in at the top, and then you have these chords coming in at certain locations to create kind of this cool sound, you know, and then they have that really fake sounding clap, but it sounds really cool. It sounds really big. And then the full drums come in and we get moving. It's just fun, and it's moving, and it feels a little nostalgic too. I think that has a lot to do with the specific chord progression that they're using, which works really well as kind of this ending of a whole part of Chainsaw Man. So there's a few cool things that they're doing here I want to point out. One, they've added a piano, which has this nice richness. The vocals come in, the drums are a little bit less aggressive, and there's a low-pass filter on that guitar. They're cutting out the high-end portion of that guitar to make room for the vocals. It's interesting because they're not fully taking away anything really here. They're just kind of pushing it down. They're making it less prominent so that we can hear the vocals, but they're not taking it away. They're saying, well, these elements are still necessary, but we don't want them as loud. And they're even adding an element with that piano. And I really like the sound of that piano. It's adding a nice kind of solidity to it. You have this very rhythmic piece of instrument, and then you have this instrument that is a little less rhythmic and a little more just adding this overall atmosphere and tone to the song. Really like that melody. Down, da 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 down, 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 da 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 da, and then they have that double and they have that harmony come in. Ba da ba ba ba. Just adds nicely, increases the excitement. We're getting into a new section. We've added a harmony. Yeah, and I think their harmonies have a very specific sound. I think that's one of the things that makes Eve stand out is there's this nice nasally quality, a very organic quality to their harmonies, but it still sounds really pristine. And I like that a lot. We're getting more high end out of the other instruments too, as we have that harmony come in and as we have those doubles come in. Because we have so much more strength going to those vocals, there's many more things saturating and emphasizing the vocals, so we can afford to bring in more elements. Also, this song is just real catchy. I really like the vibe. It's a little dancey, it feels a little nostalgic, feels like the ending of something, which is, it simultaneously feels like the ending of something and the beginning of something else, which works really well for the 12th episode of Chainsaw Man. Love that breakdown right there. You just cut everything out. You make the vocals sound just really reverby. It sounds like they have a pad under there as well, adding that extra layer of atmosphere. Just really simple guitar strums. We've had a more rhythmic pattern, but here we're stepping it back. We've taken away all that doubling, all those harmonies, and we just have this very pure sounding vocal. We're just getting down to those simple parts. It's a really cool technique that you see in a lot of songs where they build, and then they take it all away just to add it in this whole new level, you know? You've taken everything away and then you put everything back, and it's this big raucous song. I like how those drums start to come in, but they've got a low pass filter on them, so we're taking out some of the high ends. They don't sound as intense. It's just a lot of great things going on right there. Love that he saved his higher register for this part. The rest of the song, we haven't heard that full energy vocal in here. We're hearing it coming in strong. I like that the vocal leads into this part. There's a portion where we just hear the vocal and then the full band comes in. I think they did that really well. And yeah, it's just a catchy chorus, just a banger, you know, just straight up banger. Probably my favorite Eve song I've heard. Oh, cool. They've added this high-end synth as well, and I think that's really a fun touch, you know, really has this fuzzy sound, and that's adding a lot of excitement to the song. We're kind of adding more in that high-end, making that high-end stand out more and more to kind of boost the energy and make us feel like a lot more is going on, even though it's really just other layers to the chord structures. So it's not like we're adding specific melodies. We just have this higher range melody out of the vocal and then this synth that's adding a lot of energy. Love it. Love the ending. I like the little distorted sound of kind of the guitar being unplugged or something at the end there. Has a nice little finishy vibe, and you also have those pianos come in again at the end. What we saw at the beginning, but with a little bit more color, with a little bit more instrumentation. And I think it functions well as kind of the ending of this little minute 30 version of this song. Excited for the full version to come out. I think this is a real banger of a song, and it might be one of my favorite Chainsaw Man songs, which I didn't think I would say for Eve. They're not necessarily like my favorite. Really like this one, the Zutomayo one, and of course the TK one was great. Maximum the Hormone really blew me away. Overall, we've had a lot of really great songs, and I'm really excited for what's to come for Chainsaw Man. I don't know if there's a date yet on the rest of the releases, but for those who have stuck with me and watched all these videos, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's been so much fun to do this little series. I'm so glad that they had all of these songs so that I could do it. It's just been an absolute blast. Yeah, I made a little rap using the opening song for Chainsaw Man as a sample. If you want to check that out, that's right here. I've also got a bunch of Chainsaw Man reactions, done a reaction to every song from Chainsaw Man so far, and that's right here. I think it's a fun little list to go through. Yeah, thanks so much, and hope you like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Catch you on the flip.
I'm gonna live the good life, whatever that means. Maybe back then was better. Play back the scenes, I'm missing something.